Okay, so far we have 3 students, Abdurrahman, Khawla, Huda. We're still waiting for Rama.
Just 1 minute.
Okay, no problem. Hassan has already joined. Khawla has joined. Okay, I think we have a new student today, but he hasn't shown up. Okay, I think everyone has joined, so let's get started.
Yeah.
So you will have some questions about, the reading task. Okay. Okay, so today what we're going to do, we're going to check the homework that I have already given you. So hopefully everyone has done it. Okay, now, question number 1. There are how many questions? So in the reading section of the test, how many? So just put the slider on the correct number.
It's all the question.
Yeah, the question, what does the question says? So it says there are questions in the reading section, not sections of the test. Yes, so all of them. How many questions do you have in the reading section of the test? Yeah, so the correct answer is there are 40 questions. So you have 3 sections, and in all the sections you have to answer a total of 40 questions. Okay, good. Now 3 of you have answered this question. So another question, the reading test lasts minutes. How many minutes?
كيف يعني؟
يعني the reading test, so how many minutes does it last?
ما فهمت.
يعني is it half an hour?
يعني كم
45
مدته؟
Yes.
كم مدته؟
أي
أتوقع ساعة. 59 حطيت لغة. لا
59 كويس، عادي بنشيل لك دقيقة يوم الامتحان.
مشكلة نحتاج أكثر.
Okay, so the correct answer is 60 minutes, which is an hour. Okay. So 3 students have got the correct answer: Huda, Khawla, and Rama. Okay, and I don't know this one, TR. Okay. Question number 3. There are about questions in each section of the reading test. Now, in each section, there are about, now, this means that it's not the exact number. Sometimes it is. Okay, so try to answer the question. Yeah, actually, there are around about maybe 13 to 14 questions in each section. Okay, so 13 to 14. Now, 13 by 3, this is 39. So one section could be 14 questions. Okay, who does still number 1? Question number 4. Now, to achieve a band 6 in the IELTS reading test, it is necessary to provide correct answers to how many questions to get band 6? I have already told you this before.
$23.
Yeah, so 23 correct answers, so you get band 6. Now it really depends on the test itself. So maybe 23, sometimes 22, or maybe 24, something like this. Oh,
I think 23 to 26 to achieve band 6.
Yeah. I will show you the IELTS band score calculator in a while, okay? So matching heads to paragraphs is, what type of question is this? Or is it a detailed question, a main idea question, a primary purpose question, or an inference question? Now, inference when you need to draw conclusions, okay? And something is not literally stated in the text. Now, that's what you call an inference question. Here, I asked you about matching heads to paragraphs, okay? Now, what type of question is this? We have already talked about this.
I will rejoin Mr. Nasser.
No problem.
The answer is the red.
Red. Do
Right?
not join. If you think that the answer is red, do not join.
Why?
Because it's not the correct answer. Yeah, it's a
Main question.
Yeah, it's a main idea question. So
Okay.
here, yeah, matching heads to paragraphs. So what does this mean? I'm matching headings. Okay, not heads. So matching headings to paragraphs. Yeah, so you need to read the paragraph and you need to come up with the main idea. Okay, so it's a main idea question. Now, classifying statements as a true, false, or not given. Now, is it a main idea question, an inference question, a primary purpose question, or a detailed question? Yeah, okay, 6 of you have got it right. So, except for one student, so it's not a primary purpose question. Okay, so primary purpose when the question reads, what is the purpose of the text or the purpose of paragraph A, or that's what you call a primary purpose text. Okay. This is a puzzle. Now, reorder, of course, here there is a spelling mistake. So, reorder the steps of answering true, false, not given question. Now, what are the steps? So put them in the right order. So what is the first thing you need to do? And then the second thing, we have already talked about these things. And all these questions, they relate to today's lesson, which is checking your homework. Oops, there is only one who got it right. Okay. Now, in many ways, the reading test is more of a what than a reading test. Now, the reading test is more of a than a reading test. So, is it a challenge test, a puzzle test, a vocabulary test, or a grammar test? We have already answered this question before. So your task, I told you, to answer the question is to match meaning. Okay, to match meaning. Now, what type of test is this? Challenge, puzzle, vocabulary, or grammar? To find the exact paraphrases. You remember we talked about these things before.
vocab.
ايوه غششهم.
بس حطيت أنا بالغلط الأشياء.
Yeah, it's a vocabulary test. Okay, so it's a vocabulary test. Okay, Huda is still number one. Khawla has the highest answer streak of 3 correct answers. Now, another puzzle question. Now, how to approach a multiple choice questions? There is no N here. How to approach multiple choice questions? So there are 4 steps. You need to put them in the right order. Okay, well, that's better. So three of you now. That's 50-50. 3 of you have got it right. Huda, Hassan, and I don't know, maybe Rama or Thamar. I'm not sure. Okay, now you need to type the answer. To understand the idiom, face the music, I should be reading at the level. Now, which level of understanding you should be reading at if you want to work out the meaning of face the music, and you should not look at this, idiom literally. Okay, so you should be reading at which pragmatic level? Oh, whoa. I've already answered the question. So anyway, so is it the semantic, syntactic, or schematic, or pragmatic? Okay, so choose one. Okay. Okay, so I think there are 4 correct answers. So I will just review the answers. Yeah, this one is okay, no problem. I will accept it. Skimming now. Okay. Now you face the music. It is to accept criticism or punishment, okay, for something you have done, okay. It is to, you know, to take responsibility for what you did, okay. Well, since you did that, you have to face the music, okay. Face the music. It has nothing to do with the music, okay. It is to assume your responsibility. That's it. Now, yeah, you need to be reading at the pragmatic level, okay. Okay, now this reading quiz. Oh, I think I skipped one question. Okay, way to go, Huda. Very good. Okay. Okay, now we will move to the homework. Now, this is the homework I have already given you. It's about, let me exit Kahoot. Guys, am I sharing the homework? Can you see it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. Okay, now this is, the title is Trees in Trouble. Okay. Now, what is the first thing that we need to do?
Read the title.
Read the title.
Read the title. Who told you this, guys? I have never told you this.
You mean?
Huh?
Read the question.
Yeah, okay. I wouldn't say read the questions, but I would say have a look at the
Predict the title. يعني not
No, the first thing we need to do is to have a look at the questions, okay? I think these are the questions, okay? Well, that's the first thing I need to do. And this is about choose the correct heading for each answer from the list of headings below. Okay, so
Yeah.
you need to ask yourself one question. What is it? Now, after you have had a look at the questions, so you need to ask yourself one question. What is this question? Is this question? Okay, carry on. About what?
About main idea or detail.
Excellent. Yes, about the main idea or
Or
the details. Yeah, so this is why you have to look at the question. Okay, so that's number one. Okay, now this question, can you answer it?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is about detail.
Is it
A main idea, main idea.
Main
Yeah.
idea.
Okay, now it's a main idea question.
Mm.
It's a main, my God, it's a main idea question.
Questions.
Great. Okay, now how would this help me? So what does this mean? So if you know that it's a main idea question, so what should you do?
Read.
Read. How are you going to read?
Skimming.
Ahsan. Now here I need to decide. Okay, so and on the
Which
reading
level?
scale, yes, the reading scale I need to employ. So here I need to skim. Okay, skimming. Now skimming, what does it mean?
Looking for a detailed idea.
Details or main ideas?
Main ideas.
Yes, okay. So here it is reading
Reading.
for, yeah, for what do you call reading for gist? Okay, so reading for meaning. That's it. Reading for meaning. Okay. So we should not care about difficult words. I need to read the paragraph and try to come up with the main idea. That's it. So in order to come up with the main idea, there are two questions that you need to ask yourself. What are they? Yeah, there are two questions. So I'm going to read the paragraph and I need to come up with the main idea. So there are two questions that I need to answer. What are they? We have already talked about these things, guys. So this is just a revision because we're checking the homework. So question number one, what is the topic, right?
Yes.
of the paragraph. Now that's the first thing I need to do. Now, what's the topic of the paragraph? And the second question, what is it? What does the writer
Writer.
say about the
The
topic?
paragraph.
Yeah, the topic. So there is a topic. Well, that's the big idea. And what the writer says about this topic. Now, these are the details. Okay. So what do I need to do next? Well, I need to
Highlight.
yes, I need to answer these two questions. Well, the topic is, and the writer says this about the topic. Now, that's what you call the main idea. Okay. Now, these are the things that you should do before approaching this task. Okay. Because if this question is about the main idea and you employ scanning, so it means that you cannot answer the question. So we talked about 3 reading skills. Who can remind us of these skills? What are they? So skimming is one of them. Number 2.
Scanning.
Yeah,
Scanning.
scanning. And number 3.
Scanning.
And detail.
Depth reading.
Yes,
Really
in-depth
skimming.
reading, in-depth reading, or focused reading, or narrow reading. Okay, so these are the 3 reading skills that I need to employ. Okay, great. Now here we have the headings. How many do we have? How many headings do we have?
10.
10.
10, yeah. So X in Roman numbers is 10. Okay, this is 1 and this is 10. And this is the 5. Okay, V. Okay, good. And here we have how many paragraphs? We have A to G. And then we have 1 to 7. Now, this means I need to discard how many headings?
7
3.
headings.
3 of them. Yeah, so 3 of them.
3
should
is
be,
extra.
yeah, so 3 extra headings, I should discard them. Great. Okay, now you know the question. You know the reading skill that you need to employ. You know how to find the main idea. Okay, great. Now, what is the next step? Should you look at the headings first, or you should read first?
We
No, the
should
heading. Read the heading.
read the heading and highlight the keywords.
Very good. Okay, so before you highlight the keywords, what should you do? For each heading, there is what? There are 2 things. In each heading, there are 2 things. What are they?
Noun and verb, I think.
What? Nouns and verbs?
I mean, the structure of the sentence.
Now,
Idioms.
for example, look at number 1. Now, how deforestation harms isolated trees. Now, this is one heading. How other plants can cause harm. Which big trees support the most diverse species? Now, these are the headings. So they have 2 things. What are they? Guys, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. What do they have?
Main idea.
They have a topic.
Women.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, very good. So the number 1, they have a topic. And they have, or the writer says something about this topic. Now, these are called the details. Is it clear?
Detail. Yeah.
Tobacco details.
So this is what you need to do, guys, okay? So we have topics and we have details. Now, if you look at heading number 1, and I told you before that headings, sometimes they are long, and what do we need to do? We need to simplify them. So we're going to divide them into 2 parts. So the first part is the topic, and the second one is what the writer says about the topic. Now, if you look at the first heading, how deforestation harms isolated trees. Now, where is the topic? The topic
Isolated
of
tree.
Deforestation.
Deforestation.
Isolated tree, I think.
yeah, it is deforestation. Okay, now this is the topic. And the writer says something about deforestation. What does it do?
It's harm.
Yes, so it harms isolated trees. Okay, now this is the second thing that I need to highlight. Okay,
Isolated trees.
yes. So now what should you do? Now, when you read the text, you will try to find which paragraph talks about deforestation. Okay, now this is the topic of the paragraph. And then you will find some key details about what deforestation or how deforestation harms isolated trees. Now, this is not the topic. Well, the topic is deforestation. And this is what you need to do, guys, when you read, the heading. So before visiting the text, you have to identify topics and details. It will help you. Okay. So maybe there's one paragraph that talks about deforestation, and the heading will be there. Is it clear?
Yes.
But if you are someone who reads headings, okay, without trying to find the topic and the details, so you may be lost in the paragraph. Okay, but this is the most important word, deforestation, and then we have some details about it. Okay, number 2. Now, what we're going to do, guys, I will, I don't know whether you did this or you didn't do it. So, you did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, okay, great. Now I will give you, let's say I will give you 5 minutes. I would like you to go through the headings, okay? If you haven't done this before, or if you are a new student who has recently joined. So what do you need to do? I will give you 5 minutes, go through the headings, underline the topic and the other ones, the details, okay? So just look at them, read them, try to understand them, and underline the topic in each heading and the details. Okay, the topic, no problem. Only the topic. You have 5 minutes. Yani 30 minutes on each heading. Okay, guys, are you done? Okay, who would like to do number 2? Yeah.
Number 2.
Yes. What is the topic? I mean, heading number 2, this one. How other plants can cause harm.
What's hard?
Plant.
Yeah, so other plants. Well, this is what you call the head. This is the topic. So the paragraph will be talking about other plants.
Other.
Okay. And what do these
harm.
plants? Yeah. Okay. Now this is what you call the details. So they cause harm. Okay. Great. So our focus when we are reading the paragraph, it should be on the words that I have highlighted in red, green. Sorry. So deforestation, other plants. Okay. Number 3.
Big tree.
Big tree.
Yeah, so here we're talking about big trees.
Big.
Now here he said which. Which here, what does it signal? If you say which, what does it signal?
There is many.
I know.
Uncounted.
في أنواع ثانية. Other many types.
Now here which, it is not a relative pronoun. Okay, for example, the tree which we cut. Okay, no, that's not, no. Here which is used for selection. Okay, now which big trees. Now it means that there are maybe many big trees and we're going to highlight those. So we're going to select them, which ones. And okay, it will be about big trees, and then
diverse.
For the most devices.
oh no, I should, okay, I should highlight this in green, guys. No, it will be about big trees, so maybe some of them. And these big trees, what do they do?
Support.
Yeah, they
Support.
support the most diverse species. Okay, great. Now, number 4.
Impact
The big
of
tree.
big tree.
Yeah, what is the topic?
Big tree loss.
Yeah, oh, excellent. Now, the topic is about big tree loss. Okay, losing these big trees. Well, that's the topic. And there is an impact.
Environment.
Yeah, there is an impact. Okay, so this is a detail. Okay, so because he will be talking about big tree loss. Well, that's the topic. And he's gonna mention the impact. Where
Impact.
exactly? On the wider environment.
Wider environment.
Is it clear? But the focus of the paragraph is big tree loss.
Big tree loss.
Do you get it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Then number 5.
Big tree bleach.
So measures to
Yeah,
prevent
measures.
further decline in big tree populations. Now here, what is the topic?
Measure.
Measures. Yeah, so the measures, the steps, okay, that you're going to take in order to prevent something.
بعدين
So,
tree population.
yes, so here measures, these are taken for one reason. It is to prevent further decline in, well, that's what you call the details, okay, but the measures. So maybe there are 3 measures, 4 measures, 5 measures. Okay, is it clear? Now that's the focus of the paragraph. And then number 6.
Wildlife
Wildlife.
benefit. Wildlife benefit.
From big trees. Yes. So here, what are we going to talk about? What is the
Wildlife.
focus? Wildlife.
Topic wildlife.
Really?
Wildlife benefit.
Benefits على benefits.
مين قال على البنفيتس؟
أنا.
مين انت؟
راما.
رام والله ما شاء الله عليك والله. شوف ترى السوريين ما شاء الله عليهم والله. Okay, very good. Now benefits. Now that's benefits. Yes. So maybe here there are maybe 3 benefits, 4 benefits. Okay. Now this is the topic. It will be about benefits.
Benefit.
Yes. And the benefits of
Wildlife.
yes.
Big
So
tree.
yeah. Okay. Now this is what you call. It is not the topic, but these will be the details.
Wildlife.
Okay? Yes.
From
Okay. Great. Then risk from pests and infection. What's the topic?
Risk.
The risks. Yes. So there is one paragraph which will be talking about the risks. So maybe, okay, so we're not sure because we have to exclude 3 headings. Okay. And the risk or the danger
From
pests and infection. Now, who can explain to me the word pest? What is pest? You know the word pesticide?
No.
Wallah.
يعني الآثار الجانبية.
You know, pests are, they are insects, okay? Or they are maybe animals. Yeah, something like this, okay? And they destroy. So this is why we call them pests. البستيسايد هم مبيد الحشرات. Okay, pesticide.
المبيدات.
Yeah, بس البست لا, they are insects, okay? And infections, so maybe this is a disease. Is it clear?
هي الأعراض.
Okay, ممتاز. Number 8, ways in which industry uses big tree products.
Ways.
Ways, yeah, but ways is too general.
General, yes.
Yeah, this is too general. Yeah, this will be about what?
عن الإندستري.
Industry, yeah, okay. Or maybe about the, yes. So ways in which industry uses big tree products. Now, maybe, yes, so maybe here, so the topic will be the tree products.
Tree products.
Maybe, yes, okay, and how they are used, okay? Or how industry uses these big trees, okay? So it is how industry uses big tree products. Yeah, okay. Then number 9, how high temperatures slow the rate of tree growth?
High temperature.
Yeah, very good. Higher temperatures, well, this will be the topic. And then how, well, this is, you know, explanation. How here, whenever you have how, so it means that the writer is going to provide you with some explanation. How, okay, explanation. Okay, good. Then factors that enable tree to grow to significant heights. What is the
Rate of the tree. Slow
Rate.
rate of tree. Rate.
No, he says factors.
All
العوامل.
factors.
Yeah, so here it will be dealing with factors. Now, how many factors? Maybe 2, maybe 3 factors, maybe 4 factors. We don't know.
اللي قبلها ما خلصناه الوردي.
Which one?
High temperature.
التسعة 9.
Yes, high temperature and the you mean the details, right? So there will
Yes.
be, yes, so how they slow the rate of tree growth. Okay, so high temperatures in relation to tree growth. Okay, so this will be the details. And number 10,
Last one.
yeah, so it will be about factors.
About factors.
Yeah, we don't know how many factors, maybe 3, 4, 5, I don't know. And these factors, what do they do?
Enable tree to grow
Yes.
significant highest.
Yeah, so this will be the topic. This will be the details. Okay, good. Okay, great. Now, this is the first step that you should do, guys. Okay, so it will take maybe 2 minutes. Okay, so that's fine. Now, what do we need to do? So here you can what you call survey the text. Survey the text, so you can read the title. Okay, no problem. And then you read the question here, which is the subheading. And then you need to employ what you call, or you need to be reading at the, which level here should we be reading at?
Skimming.
No, this is the now we're talking about the level of understanding, the schematic level. Now, schematic level means, well, I need to make use of my prior knowledge. What do I know about this topic? Yeah. Okay.
What knowledge I
please.
have?
Yeah, what prior knowledge I have. Because I told you, in order to understand, so for this schematic level, what do you need to do exactly, guys? You need to connect,
The prior knowledge.
yes, the known, what you already know, what you already knew, with, to connect this with
the new.
the new. Okay, good. Let me capitalize them here. Write them in block letters. Okay. So we need to connect the known with the new, and this way, so there will be a kind of interaction between the known and the new, and you will understand. And that's what you call the schematic level of understanding. Okay, now the question is, what do you know about the trees and why do you think they are in trouble? You don't have to read the text. So first, ask yourself these questions. What do you already know about the topic? What do you know about trees and why do you think they are in trouble? So
They cut many countries. They cutting the trees and fire in the forest.
Yeah, very good. So here from the headings, guys, okay, so you can have some ideas. So for example, deforestation, it means cutting down trees. Well, that's one problem. That's an issue. And there is fire, okay, as your friend has already mentioned. So maybe there is trouble because trees, they are set on fire. Well, that's a problem, okay? Now, what is causing the decline of the world's giant forest? Now, this is the question that the writer is going to go about answering it in the text, okay? Now, what is causing here? What are we looking for?
Decline. Luther.
What is causing?
الأسباب.
Yes, very good. So the reasons. So here we are looking for the reasons why there is a decline. Who can explain the word decline for me?
Decreasing.
Yeah, so a decrease. Now, why there is a decrease, okay, in the world's giant, in the number of the world giant forests, okay? So, yeah, they are on the decrease. Okay, there is a problem. Trees in trouble. Well, there is a problem. So the writer is going to, explore the reasons behind the decline of these big trees. Okay. Now you already know something about the topic, and now what are you going to do? You're going to connect what you already know with the new information. Okay. Now let's focus on the first paragraph. So we need to identify the topic. There are 2 questions that I need to answer. What is the topic of the paragraph and what does the writer say about the topic? Now, this is how you can get the main idea. Now, just run your eyes over the paragraph and tell me how many sentences there are here. How many sentences are there?
1,
So we're going to count them?
2.
So here we have 1. You simply count the full stops,
3,
and then 2,
4,
and
5.
then 3,
4, 5.
then 4, and there are 5 sentences. Okay. Now these are what you call, we have here 5 semantic segments. Okay. اللي هما وحدات معنوية. Okay, so we have 5 semantic segments. Okay. Great. And each sentence the writer writes, okay, it contributes to the overall meaning of the paragraph. Okay, now the first sentence. Big trees are incredibly important ecologically. Now you need to ask yourself this question. So we will be reading at the pragmatic level this time. Okay, what is the writer doing? He said, big trees are incredibly important ecologically. What is he doing?
Use like a hook, just a statement.
Just a statement. Okay, what is he doing?
Explaining the big tree. How is
Is he
important.
explaining?
No,
She said it's a statement. No, the writer is making what?
Claim.
A claim. Allah yarham walidayk. Yeah, it's a statement. Now it's a claim. Well, he said big trees are incredibly important ecologically. Okay. Now, if you make a claim, what do you need to do?
Explain.
يعني he should do
Provide evidence.
ايوه الله يرحم والديك. انت المره الجايه بغيب انا روحي درسي مكاني. Excellent. So he has to provide some evidence. Why? ليش؟
عشان يقنعنا.
To support what?
The detail.
The main idea.
The main idea.
To support his claim. Okay. Now, this is what you need to do, guys. So the writer is making a claim. Well, I know that number 1 is a claim. Big trees are incredibly important ecologically. Zain, mashallah. Amanna billah. Okay, and I don't believe you. Well, what will he do? He will try to provide some evidence to support his claim. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now, why is this important? Why am I telling you this? So, because you need to understand these things. Now, if he makes a claim, so normally he should go about providing some evidence to support his claim. Now, in what follows? Now, when we read the first sentence, in what follows, I know that these will be what? These will be, this will be evidence, okay, to support this claim. Now, for a start, now this is a signpost phrase. What does it signal?
Start firstly.
Yeah, firstly, okay, what does it signal?
A signpost.
Yeah, it is signposting. Okay, but what does it signal? What is the writer going to do?
The first evidence.
Yes, the first evidence. Ahsanti. Okay, now this is the way you should read, guys. I told you that when you read something, okay, so we need to focus on, we said that you need to focus on nouns, okay, because they are laden with meaning. The second thing, I need to focus on verbs, okay, now these are the actions. And number 3, I need to focus on signposting, and I need to focus on pronoun references. Now, these are the 4 things that you need to focus on when you are skimming a text.
Can you repeat it, please?
Yes, yeah, I said nouns. Number 1 is nouns. So if I said khawla and I stopped, have I given you any piece of information?
No.
No. I said khawla. Okay, what about khawla? What do you want to say about khawla? Okay, I didn't give you anything here. So I mentioned khawla, but nothing. So do you have the information? Do you have the information? Yes or no? If I said khawla?
No.
No. Okay. And if I said khawla, for example, khawla is a nurse. Khawla is a nurse. Yeah, here I've given you a piece of information. So khawla is the subject and is a nurse is the predicate. It is like مبتدأ خبر in Arabic. So الخبر يعطى بالإيش؟ بالأفعال. Okay, so khawla, now this is the subject and I need to focus on the verb to get the information. And then number 3, well, I said number 1, you asked this question. Okay, number 1 is the subject or the noun. Number 2 is the verb. Number 3, signposting. These are very important, guys. Okay, signposting is very important. Why? because it will tell you about
The
which direction the writer wants to take you. Now, when he said for a start, well, I know that the writer is going to mention why, and this is one of the reasons why big trees are important. One of the reasons for a start, or firstly, okay, they. Now here, these are what you call signpost words. Now, when you are reading, you need to pay attention to these signpost words. I think I have already given you the example of the sailor, al-bahar, al-mallah, okay? Now they use what you call a compass to navigate through the ocean without getting lost. The same thing, guys, for you as readers, your compass is these signposting or these signpost words. So when you follow them, okay, you can navigate your way through the paragraph easily, and you know what the writer is doing. Okay, and this is what you call reading at the pragmatic level. Okay, so the writer will never tell you, hey, look, I'm going to give you the first evidence. They will never tell you this. Now, this is something that you need to infer while reading. Okay, for a start, well, that's number one. They.
number 4 شو هي؟
Yes,
subject والverb signpost number 4.
I'm going to answer the question, Khola. Are you following? Yeah, that. I said nouns, I said verbs, I said signpost, and now I'm going to answer the question. So that's what I said. Now here, they, what does it refer to?
Pronoun.
Yeah, it's a pronoun reference. What does it refer to? If you say they, what does it refer to here? على شو يعود هذا؟
big tree.
Yes. Yeah, okay, so it refers back to big trees. Okay, now this is the subject. Now here we have the first sentence. The topic is big trees. He's talking about big trees. The second sentence, what is he talking about? Big trees. Ahsanti. Okay. Now, okay, we move on. They sustain blah blah blah. They, what does it refer to?
big tree.
Big trees. Okay, provide shelter. And there, what does it refer to? Big trees, the same thing.
Big tree.
Yeah, this is a possessive adjective. Okay, coated with this. They, what does it refer to?
Big tree.
Very good. Okay, this allows them. What does it refer to?
Also big tree.
Big trees. Okay, now here you can see that the focus of the paragraph is, what is this paragraph about?
The big tree.
Big trees. Okay, now the focus of the paragraph is about big trees. And this is what they call the topic. The topic of the paragraph is big trees. And you can see that the topic here, big trees, so it is dotted across the paragraph. Okay, so sometimes we have big trees, sometimes we have a pronoun. Okay, so but the main focus is on big trees. I know that the writer is talking about big trees. Now, if I go here, okay, now which one focuses about big trees? Now this one, which big trees? Okay, and the impact of big, this one, how wildlife benefits from big trees. We have big trees. Okay, so it could be this one, it could be this one, and here he said which big trees? Yes. And yes, the impact of big trees. Now this is about big tree loss. Okay, well, we have big trees, but the focus is not on big trees because here they are important. He's not talking about the loss. Okay, and ways in which we have here uses big trees. Okay, big trees. Okay, and how temperature. Okay, and factors. To grow to, yes, so it could be this one, number 3, it could be number 4, and it could be number 8. Now here we cannot make a decision. Why? Okay, I know that the topic is about big trees. I know this. Okay, but do you know anything about the details?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, so this is what you should do, guys. Okay, so I identify the topic, it's about big trees. Okay, but I need to pay attention to the details. They are important. Now, for a start, number 1, they sustain countless other species. Well, this is number 1. Okay, it means that other species depend on them. They
أنواع يتكلم.
Huh?
يتكلم عن الأنواع.
No. وين شفت الأنواع أنت؟
أنواع الشير.
عبالك هلا هون they provide shelter for many
Yeah,
animals.
they sustain. Okay, it means they support, they help. Okay, they help countless other species. Okay, now is this general or specific?
Specific.
No. لو قلنا specific, if I ask you the question, for example, what other species do they support? You can never answer the question.
يعني الإجابة بتكون الثالثة.
لا أنا ما بحكي على الإجابة. أنا بحكي على how to find the main idea. واضح؟
هي واضح.
لا أنا ما جاوبت على السؤال هلا هو شو قال؟ هو he made a statement. أتبعوا الله يرضى عليكم. He made a claim. And then he will go about providing some evidence. Now, I know that for a start, well, this is a signpost word, ممتاز, signpost phrase. Now, he is going to give me some evidence. Now, the first evidence, he said, well, these big trees, what do? They support, okay, other species. Now, if you say other species, yeah, and if I ask you the question, what are these species? Can you answer the question?
No, because in general.
Yeah, very good. هذا اللي سألتكم أنا. Is this general or specific? Well, this is general. And I told you that the tendency, when you want to unfold information, writers normally go from a general idea and then they will give you, the details. But this is very general. And this is what they call a major detail when you are writing your paragraphs. Okay, this is a major detail. Now, the writer needs to provide me with some example or some explanation. Now, he said, for a start, they help a lot of other species. Now, how? They provide shelter for many animals. You see here, the species. Now, what is shelter?
مأوى.
In English?
بيوت.
It's a safe
Safe
one.
place.
Very good,
Safe
excellent.
place.
So it's very easy. Yes, so try
like
to.
house.
Yeah, so like maybe houses. Okay, so it's a shelter, it's a safe place for many animals. So many animals, okay, so take big trees as, a safe place. Mumtaz. And their trunks, okay, the trunks and the branches of the big trees can become gardens hung with green ferns, orchards, and bromeliads, coated with mosses and draped with vines. Okay, now he's talking about these trees, okay, when they blossom, so they have, the leaves and blah, 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 okay? Now, this is how they can provide shelter. With their tall canopies, basking in the sun. This is not an issue. With their what? I don't know this. I will skip it because here I'm skipping. With their tall, what do? They capture vast amounts of energy. Now, the trees, they capture vast amounts of energy. Now, this allows them to produce what? To produce massive crops of fruit. Now, they provide shelter. They provide crops of fruit, okay? And crops of flowers and foliage that sustain, that help much of the animal life in the forest. Now, the idea that we can get, we have big trees. Well, they are important. Why? Because they help or they support many other species like animals and like other trees and etc. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, it means that without these big trees we cannot have, okay, or we cannot talk about animal life in the forest. Now these trees are important because of these things. Now here, if we go back to the to the headings. Now, is this about deforestation? It means cutting down trees?
No.
No. Okay, so this I will exclude this. Okay. Now, about how other plants, is it talking about other plants or talking about big trees?
Big trees.
Big trees. Now, I will exclude this one. Now, is he talking about which big trees? Now, did he classify them?
No.
No. Okay, he is talking in general. So this is not correct. This is wrong. Now, is he talking about the impact of big tree loss? Is he talking about a big tree loss? No. Okay, now this is to be excluded. Now, is he talking about the steps or measures to prevent further decline? No, this is to be excluded. Now, look this, how wildlife benefits from big trees. What about this one?
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. Now, the second step you need to do to make sure that this is the correct answer, is to find some paraphrases. Okay. Now, where can you find something in the paragraph that talks about wildlife
Life.
and benefits? Where can you find them? So
The
let's
last
go.
sentence.
Okay. Now here, what do we have? Where can you find wildlife? Look at this last sentence.
Animal life.
Excellent. Very good. Yeah, this is what you call wildlife. Okay. And where can we find the word benefits?
Sustain.
Excellent.
Sustain.
Yeah. So it will be across all the paragraph, like the word, I need to change the cursor.
And same line.
Yeah, so here we have they sustain,
Sustain
they help
also-
countless of other species. They provide shelter. Well, this is
Benefit.
yeah, one of the benefits. Okay, and what do they do here? This allows them to
Coated
produce
with-
massive crops.
Produce.
Yes. Okay. And the flowers and one here that sustain
Sustain.
much of this. Now I know that this paragraph, well, the main idea it's about big trees, and then the details. Okay, so it's how they can support life in general or animal life in the forest. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
But
Yes.
was this easy, average, or difficult?
It's need time.
Huh?
Good.
Average and difficult.
Okay, average
Three.
and at the same time, huh? Okay, but give me one reason why it is difficult, and I will give you 1 million dirhams. Yeah, give me one reason why it is difficult.
Because I'm
We need-
practicing
Oh, sorry.
now.
We need to manage the time with this technique.
No,
It will take time.
no, it will be very easy. Now, if I'm doing it alone, it won't take you more. It won't take me more than 1 minute. And this is what you need to do, guys. Now, when you are reading, so number one, do not think that whatever is written is important. No, no. Now, for me, for example, I will read the first statement. What is the right? I would say, what is the writer doing? He's making a claim. Okay. Then he has to provide some evidence for this claim. Okay. For a start, well, I know this is number one. Okay, and there is no need to focus on these things. Well, it refers to this one. Well, this is the countless. Well, this is one of the benefits. This is why they are important. And I will carry on. They provide. Well, this is the other thing. Okay, they provide this and this and this. I don't have to read every single word. Now, a good student will skip the words that are really not important. But a student who is not really good at reading, they will stop at every single word. What is bromeliads? Well, that's not important for you. What is orchid? That's not important. What is fern? That's not important. Okay, you should. This is what you need to do, guys. So look at the big idea and then look for the details. So he made a claim. He went about justifying his claim by providing some evidence. What is the evidence? Well, what's the paragraph about? Well, it's about big trees. What does he say about them? Well, they support much or they sustain much of the life in the forest, and that's it. Now, this is about the benefits. You don't have, but if you really, you know, you read the text and you try to sort out, for example, or to identify the meaning of each word. No, this is not what you should be doing, guys. Okay. Now it will be very easy. Okay, providing that you know what the writer is doing. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, we move on to paragraph number 2 now. Now, only a small number of tree species have the genetic capacity to grow really big. Okay, now this is a sentence. Now, what do you think this one? Is it general or specific?
General.
Yeah, this is general. Because he said here, only a small number of tree species. Yes, only a small number of tree species have the genetic capacity to grow really big. Okay, good. Do you know this? Okay, these trees? No, I don't know them. He said only a small number. Now, this is a general. Now, look, the mightiest. What does it mean, the mightiest? We say God the Almighty. Allahu in Arabic. If you say God the Almighty, Allahu Akbar. Okay. Now, mightiest here, it means what? The smallest or the biggest?
Huge, big.
Yes, so the biggest. Well, they are native to North America. But big trees grow all over the globe, all over the earth, from the tropics to the. This is not important. Okay. The biggest, where can you find the biggest trees? Where can you find them?
North
The
America.
North
America.
America. But now, but big trees grow all over the globe.
All
Okay.
over the globe.
It is true. It is true that the biggest are in North America. Okay, but we can find, big trees dotted all over the world. Okay. From this is not important. Okay. Now, if you look at the statement, this one is very general, and then now he is getting more specific. Okay, so by indicating the location. Now, this is about. Is it about big trees in general? Because here they said only a small number of tree species have the genetic capacity to grow really big. Okay, now this is the topic sentence. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, now is he talking about all big trees or only some species?
Small number.
Okay, small number. Now look, to achieve a giant stature, giant means big. So to be very big, a tree needs three
Three
things. Three things.
Talking
Now,
about the factors.
yeah, very good, excellent.
Make
Now
the
I would
tree
like you to stop here and ask a question. Now he said, to be very big, to be really big, a tree needs three things. Now, what is the question that you should ask before reading?
What the writer?
The factor affected the.
No, 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 no. No, look.
No.
No, look, guys. Try
What
to
the writer?
think in simple terms. To be very big, a tree needs three things. Okay, and I stop here. Now you should ask me a question. What is it?
What are the three things?
Allah yarham waldik. You see, very simple. What are they? Now I will find the answer. Well, number one, the right place.
Right place.
Number two, good growing
Good
conditions
growing.
and gather. And number three, and lots
Time.
of water. Okay? Now these are the three things. Now disrupt any of these. Okay? If any condition of the three conditions is not met, what will happen? You can lose your biggest trees. Okay?
Oh,
Now, what do you think this paragraph is about?
It's factor to grow.
Excellent, very good. Yes, here we have, they are talking about big trees. Okay, so we have only a small number of trees that can grow really big, only a small number, and we can find that the biggest are in Native America, but we can find big trees all over the world. Okay, Mumtaz. But there are some conditions, okay, to for a tree to grow really big, and these are the right place, good growing conditions, and lots of time. Okay, these are the three things. Mumtaz. Now, if I explore, if I go back to the headings here, okay, is this about deforestation?
No.
No, I need to remove these guys. They will distract you. Okay. Now this is not about deforestation, so I will simply cross it out. First of all, I think we're done with how. Yeah. Okay. So I will cross this one. We have already done it. Now, is it about other plants and how they cause harm?
no.
No. Which is he talking about? Which big trees support the most diverse species?
No.
No. Okay. So this is about selecting. Okay. No. Impact of big tree. This is not about big tree loss. Measures to prevent further. No, it's not about decline. Now, risk from, it's no risk here. Ways in which? No, it's not about industry. How temperatures? No, it's not about them. Now look at this one. Factors that enable trees to grow to significant heights. What about this?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, the factors.
Yes. Okay. Now here you should find something in the text. I mean, the paraphrase or some synonyms. Okay, that are reflected in the passage. Now, where can you find? Here we have the word factors, and we have enable, and we have grow to significant heights. Where can you find them in the text? Okay. So if we look at this paragraph again, let me wipe these things. Oh my God, what have I done? Okay. Okay, good. Now, where can you find Some of the
Factors.
keywords here. Factors, where
To
can we find
achieve,
them?
to achieve a
Three.
giant structure.
No, factors, where can we find them?
The three things.
Three things. Okay, now these are factors. Okay. And here, where can you find to establish significant height or something like this? Okay.
To
Biggest
achieve
tree.
giant structure. To
Yes.
achieve
So here we have they
the
have
third
genetic
line.
capacity to grow
No, the third line.
to
Yeah.
achieve a giant stature. Okay. Yeah, very good.
Also the last line, biggest tree.
Yeah, where is it?
يعني
Yes.
آخر شيء.
And you can lose your biggest trees. Okay, great. Now, okay. Now, how did you find this? Easy, average, or difficult? Now, do not try to please me. You say the truth.
ولا easy.
Yeah, okay, but you need to change the way you read, guys. Okay. Now, that's
Yeah.
very important because this is the main idea question. Now, I know students. Now, that's what they will do. Only a small number. فقط عدد قليل of three species من الأشجار that have genetic. ما يعرف الجيناتيك. هو ما يعرف capacity.
يضيعنا بعدين في
ايه
الشيء.
تخربط الدنيا يا اخي. who have okay to grow or they can grow big. وخلصنا بس. No need for these things because here you are skimming, guys. You are not scanning. Okay, don't care about a word or two words that you do not understand. Now, for example, in this paragraph, let's say there are around 75 words. 75 words. Now, if you understood 50 words, okay, that's enough to answer the question. Now, this is what you need to do. So do not be tough on yourself, okay? Take things easy and you will get it right. Okay, so what do I need to do now? I need to cross out this one, okay? We're done with it. Okay, and now we move on. Now here, paragraph C. In some parts of the world, populations of big trees are dwindling because their seedlings cannot survive or grow. Okay. Now, is this general or specific?
Specific population.
Oh my God, you're going to kill me, guys. Now, if you say specific, I will ask
No,
you something.
general.
Because yeah, he said in some parts of the world. Do you know them?
No.
Not yet.
No, a specific statement, okay, it will give you a direct answer to everything. Now, that's what we call a specific statement. Now, if I say, for example, Abu Dhabi has got, let's say, مثلا, خلينا نقوله, and I don't know the number. Abu Dhabi has got, for example, 50 hotels. Is this specific or general?
General.
والله.
Specific.
أبو ظبي لأن specific قد ضيعنا.
ايه لا شوف لما اقول ابو ظبي has got مثلا ولا there are 50 hotels in Abu Dhabi. This is very specific. This is very specific because I have the number, I have the place, everything. لكن لما اقول مثلا Abu Dhabi has wonderful facilities. تسهيلات. Is it clear? ولا Abu Dhabi. Yes. So this is very general because I don't know what facilities are you talking about. Now, this is general. Hoshuqal, in some parts of the world, I don't know where exactly. And he said populations of big trees are dwindling. Okay, they are dwindling. They are decreasing because their seedlings cannot survive or grow. Okay, now look, in southern India, what is he doing?
Explaining.
Explaining what? Because here, what did he say? He said something very general in some parts of the world. واضح? Okay, I don't know where exactly. Now, he will give me an example. Okay, now one. He said, now what is the problem here? Population of big trees are decreasing because their seedlings cannot survive or grow. You know the seedling? You don't know the seedlings? No problem. If you don't know it, no problem. We're going to skip it.
We know about الزراعة.
Seed only, not seedling.
Okay, bye. You know about seeds. Okay, seedling. Anyway, they cannot survive or grow. They can neither survive or grow. Okay. Now this is very general. Do you know why?
No.
عشان
هذه عشان راح تحصلها بعدين. Okay, this is why I told you guys. So when you look at the first sentence, okay, you will see that it is general. And what is the writer going to do? Now he will going to develop the idea. Now you should know that this is what do you call this sentence?
Main idea.
Yeah, what do you call the sentence that has got the main idea?
Statement. صح؟
Statement.
Or-
Statement. هلا
لا
يعني
الستيتمنت حق التوبيك.
no. Here, what are we doing? Here we are doing reading. Now, if we
أعطاني
are
الكليم بعدين هي
if
evidence.
we are
أيوة
writing, no, if we are writing, what do you call this type of sentence? The sentence that has got the main idea. If we are writing, what do we call it?
topic
Claim.
sentence.
أيوة. كمل.
topic
أيوة.
sentence.
Topic إيش? Topic sentence. Very good. Now, this is what you call the topic sentence. Okay. Now, the topic sentence is the sentence that has got the main idea, and it must be, or it should be, general. Okay. It will give me general information, but not specific information. Now, this is why you need to ask yourself, guys. So when, especially when you're reading,
مطبخ.
I would never say, well, the first sentence
المرضعة
is
في المطبخ.
هلا خلينا من المطبخ زين. He's talking about the kitchen. Okay. Now, here, this is very general. This is the topic sentence, and the writer is going to support this topic sentence with some details. Okay. Now, he said, well, there is a problem apart because this is a part of the tree. I don't know what exactly. They cannot survive. They cannot grow. Oh, great. Why is that? Now, in southern India, for instance, what is the writer doing?
Giving example.
Excellent. So he is going to give me an example, and he said in southern India. Now he will highlight this in some parts of the world. Now, number one, in southern India, for instance. Now, what is the problem? An aggressive, non-native shrub, and here we have the name of this. It is Lantana camara, is invading the floor of many forests. It is invading the floor of many forests. Okay, Lantana grows. So now, if you don't know the word lantana, now what do you think lantana is?
Name
Name because of study.
The name of what?
of tree.
Tree, type
Of
of tree.
maybe type of tree. Okay.
type of tree.
Yeah, maybe. Okay. لأنه هون قال grows. Okay. So thickly that young trees often fail to take roots. It is because of this that young trees, they fail to take root. Now, with no young trees to replace them, it is only a matter of time before most of big trees disappear. Now, this one is a cause of, the decline of big trees. Great. This is number one. Across much of northern Australia, what is the writer doing here? This is number one. Another example. Allah yarda alayk. Okay, now this is another example. You see here it was very general. In some parts of the world, populations of big trees are decreasing. Why? Because their seedlings cannot survive or grow. This is very general. And now this Lantana camara, well, it is one of the reasons. So it doesn't help tree, or it prevents a tree from growing. Across much of gamba grass from Africa is overrunning. Now here, grass, do you understand the word grass?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what is it?
The small.
Yeah, small plants. Okay, so from Africa is overrunning native savanna woodlands. Now these are the forests, okay, where you can find, big trees. Now the grass grows up to 4 meters tall, and what happens? It burns fiercely. Okay, it burns, creating super hot fires that cause catastrophic tree mortality. Okay, now here he's talking about there is a problem. We have a decreasing number.
Harming.
Yes, very good. There is a problem. Now these plants, because we know that they are plants, because he said the grass, and he has given us 2 examples. So Lantana camara and this one, what is it? The gamba. Yes, gamba grass. Okay. Now these things, what do? They harm big trees. Okay. Now we will go back to the title. Sorry, to the headings. Now this is this about deforestation?
No.
No. Now look at number 2, guys. How other plants can cause harm?
Yes.
Yeah. So he has given you how many examples?
2, 3.
Three.
I think 2
examples. Yes, Lantana camara and gamba grass from Africa, and they harm. Why do they harm? So we can find this in the paragraph here. Okay, so they fail to take root, and it's only a matter of, and will disappear, and over the grass to form and what do they do with this grass? So they create they can cause catastrophic tree mortality. Okay, now this is how they these plants harm big trees. Okay, great. Now paragraph number 4. Without the right conditions, trees cannot get really big. And there is some evidence to suggest tree growth could slow in warmer world, particularly in environments that are already warm. Okay, now this is the topic sentence. Here, without the right growing conditions, trees cannot get really big. Okay. There is some evidence to suggest tree growth could slow. Now, this is something that prevents trees from growing. It is what in a warmer world. Now, particularly in environments that are already warm. Now, what is he talking about here? What prevents trees from growing really big? I need to wrap these things off so that he can. Now here without the right growing conditions. Now he has already talked about them. Now these are the right place. Number 1, growing conditions and lots of time. Okay. Now here he said without the right growing conditions, the trees. Okay, trees cannot get really big. Well, he has already talked about this idea, and there's some evidence to suggest that tree growth could slow in a warmer world, particularly
And an environment.
Yes. So, but here, if you look at the word warm, now here, if you talk about warm weather, is it good is it a good growing condition or a bad one?
Bad.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's a bad one. And he said, particularly environment that are already warm. Now, if the environment is too warm, it is not good. It is not a good growing condition. Now, look, but this is the topic sentence, the main idea. That's very general. Having worked for decades at La Selva Biological Station in Puerto, I don't know this one, okay, Costa Rica, David and Deborah Clark and colleagues have shown that, well, this is what they have shown. They have proved that tree growth here, there declines, yes, markedly in warmer years. Now, look, during the day, this is what they call the direct speech. Their photosynthesis shuts down when it gets too warm. Okay, great. And at night, they consume more energy because their metabolic rate increases much as a reptiles would when it gets warmer. Now, explains David Clark, with less energy produced in warmer years and more being consumed just to survive, there is less energy available for growth. Now here, what is the topic of the paragraph?
It's warm.
Yeah, but the topic is he's talking about the decline. Okay, why trees cannot grow very well, right?
Yeah.
And the cause is warmth. It is temperatures, or I don't know. So here, it is something related to these things. Now look here, we have. Is it about deforestation?
No.
No. Again, no. Which is big tree support? No. Impact of big tree loss? No. Measures to prevent? No. And what about this one? How high a temperature slow the
High
rate
temperature.
Is it about this one?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is the second step I need to do?
Go paraphrase.
Connect.
Yes. Yes. Very good. So find some paraphrased, yes, expressions. Okay. We need to look for the word higher temperatures. We need to look for slow, the rate, and we need to look for tree growth. Okay, so can we find these things in the paragraph? Is it the focus of the paragraph? Okay, so we're gonna have a look. Now look here. So if you talk about temperatures, okay, we have warm, we have warmer, we have warmer, and here we have tree growth declines. Is it clear? You can find the paraphrases here, so in this paragraph. Now this is definitely the answer is D. Let me go back here. Yes. Normally, sorry. Normally we should have written the answers here. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay. Now, paragraph A, we said it's 10, right?
VI.
What is it?
VI.
VI. Yes. How wildlife. Yes. So this is number 6. Okay. Good. And paragraph B, what is it?
X.
What is it?
X.
X. Okay.
Factors.
Okay. And paragraph C, what is it?
I.
Two.
Double. This is number 2. How other plants? Okay. Good. And this one.
It's IX.
IX.
Okay, so how high a temperature slow the rate of tree growth? This is number 9. Good. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to paragraph. Which one?
F.
F.
E,
Okay,
sorry.
E, right? Okay. Now I would like you to read it silently and tell me about, the main idea and the details. Now, the focus of the paragraph, what is it? Try to read it silently. Okay, are you done?
The main idea, climate.
Climate?
No, about the loss of how it will affect the environment.
Now here they talked about the Clark's hypothesis.
Hypothesis. The
What
one.
is now it links this paragraph to the previous one, the Clark's hypothesis. But it said, well, trees cannot grow in, or for example, the temperatures are not good. High temperatures are not good, are not a good condition for tree growth. This is what they say, right? Now, if the hypothesis is correct, now means tropical forests would shrink over time. Now, what does the word shrink means? What does it mean? Yeah,
Shrink,
decrease,
become
shrink.
shorter.
Yeah. Okay. So if you buy, when you wash your clothes for the first time, they may shrink. Is it clear? They become smaller. Sah?
Yes.
Okay. Now this is the Clark's hypothesis. Well, this is what they said over time. Okay, good. Now the largest, oldest trees would progressively, die off. What will happen? They will die, right? Okay, they will die and tend not to be replaced. Okay, now this is the decline. According to the Clarks, what does it mean? It means this one. Okay, the fact that trees will die off. They might trigger a destabilization of the climate. Why? As. Who can give me the meaning of as?
Because.
Excellent, very good. Now he's going to give you a reason. Now, because all the trees die, forests would release, now this is what happened, some of their stored carbon into the atmosphere. Now here we have climate, we have destabilization, we have carbon, we have atmosphere, prompting. This is what will happen, a vicious circle of further warming, forest shrinkage, and carbon emissions. Now, what do you think this is about?
The sequences of if the trees died off.
Excellent, very good. It's about the consequences, okay? And it's about the impact on what? Of a tree loss or tree mortality on what?
On the environment.
Excellent. How did you know that it is about the environment?
Let's talk about the carbon emission and
Yes, it talks about the atmosphere, the climate, carbon emission. Well, that's what you call the environment, destabilization. Okay. Now this is about tree loss because they die off, well, that's what you call mortality. Do you understand the word mortality?
No.
mortality الوفيات. لما نقول mortal as an adjective يعني ميت. يعني مثلا تقول human beings are mortal, they die. Is it clear? Now here, this is not about deforestation. It is not about, we have already done this one, the impact. Now look here, he's talking about big tree loss on the wider environment and the impact. Is it clear? Now
Yes.
this is the best heading to this paragraph. So this one is number 4. So I will write number 4 here. So it's Ivy. Okay, good. Now we move on. So we're gonna apply the same technique. Now this one, paragraph F. Okay, it's a big. Now the topic sentence: big trees face threats from elsewhere. Well, that's not the only thing. It's not only temperature. There are other factors, or there are the other dangers that they face. Now big trees face threat. Now threat here, what does it mean?
Dangerous, I think. يعني.
Yeah, okay. Threats لهم التهديدات. These are dangerous things. So they face threat from elsewhere. Now you stop here. What question should you ask?
What are
Yes.
the facts that
Yeah.
we-
Well, yeah. From elsewhere. Okay. Maybe what are now? Which places are you talking about? So we know that. Okay. So these are the places that have high temperatures. Now, from elsewhere, it means other places. Is it only temperatures, or maybe there are other factors? Now they face threats from elsewhere. Now, this is a general or specific?
general
Excellent, very good. So, because here the writer will go about giving other places. Now, the most serious threats is increasingly mortality. Is increasing mortality. What is mortality? I have already explained this word.
الوفيات
Death, very good. Okay, especially of mature trees. Across much of the planet, forests of a slow-growing ancient trees have been cleared for human use. Now here, what is happening, guys? They said forests of a slow-growing ancient trees. Now, ancient means very old, okay, have been cleared for human use. Okay, forests have been cleared for human use. Now, what does it mean have been cleared?
Deforestation, and the first word, I think.
It means what did they do
When you are
exactly?
cutting the tree. When you
Very good. Yes. So when you're cutting down trees. Okay. Now across much of the planet. Okay. Now this is happening. An example: in Western North America, most have been replaced. Now they cut down the trees and they replace them with monocultures of fast-growing conifers. Now this is another type of trees. Now this is another example. Siberia's forests are being logged. Now what does it mean to log? To cut down. Okay, the same thing. You know the log هي الخشبة.
اللوغ
عرفتوا؟
هي الغصن
الخشبة, very good. الخشب
الخشب.
هذول they have been logged, يعني they have been cut down. Okay, ممتاز. At an incredible rate. Now, logging in tropical forests is selective. Now, what does this mean? Do they cut down any tree, or no, they select some trees?
select
أيوة, قال is selective. But the timber, which is the wood, cutters, now people who cut wood, okay, usually prioritize the biggest and oldest trees. Now, do you know the meaning of prioritize? It is from priority. الأولوية.
أولوية.
حق القدام والكبار.
Very good. This is what they do.
أقدم في العمر والأكبر حجم.
This is very general. In the Amazon, while he's getting more specific now, my colleagues and I found the mortality rate, the death of the trees for the biggest trees, had tripled. Where exactly? In small patches. You know patches? Yeah, patches يعني رقعة يعني places, okay, so area, in small areas of rainforest surrounded by pasture land. What is pasture land? For example,
الأراضي.
أي أراضي. Now, if you say pasture land, now this is a piece of land which is designed for, you know, grazing animals. You know, grazing للمراعي, pasture والمراعي. But هلا in pasture land, can you find big trees?
لا.
No, ما بتحصلهم أبدا. هلا شو قالوا؟ Look, قال in the Amazon, my colleagues and I found the mortality rate for the biggest trees had tripled, yeah, 3 times in small patches of rainforest surrounded by pasture lands. Now here you will find the rainforest, okay, so which is, you know, which has got, you know, a lot of trees, okay, and then this is, you will find something like here. This is what we call the pasture land. There are no trees here, okay. So how would you describe these trees in pasture lands? They are what?
Small area.
They are they isolated or not?
معزول.
معزولة, معزولينهم, هم وحدهم يعيشوا. So because they are surrounded by pasture land. Okay, now this is the pasture land and it surrounds all the trees. Okay, now in a rainforest, for example, normally, so if this is the rainforest, you will find trees dotted here, over and there. Okay, so here, okay, all of it, they are not isolated. But when you have pasture land, because they cut down the trees, so here, for pasture land, now this is what will happen. Now this happens for 2 reasons. Now why the mortality is so? Now the first reason, as they grow, these are the big trees, taller, big trees become thicker and less flexible. You know the meaning of flexible?
مرونة.
They become less flexible. يعني they become rigid.
مرونة.
You know rigid? قاسي يعني يصبح.
قاسي.
يفقد rigid. Okay, so they become rigid. So they lose flexibility. They become rigid. Okay. When winds blow across the surrounding clear land, clear تقال ايش؟ اللي ما في أشجار. If the wind blows here, okay, now what will happen? Is there any obstacle, okay, that stops these winds?
No.
No, because here the trees, they are isolated here. Now, when the wind blows, what will happen? There is nothing to stop their acceleration. Now, what does acceleration mean?
Increase
Yes, the speed. Yes, very good. Okay, nothing will stop their acceleration. Why? Because here we're talking about cleared land. Okay, no trees will stop the wind. Never. Okay, what will they do? They will face these trees, okay, or they will attack them. Now, when they hit the trees, now what will happen? The impact can snap them in half. يقسمهم على اثنين. Okay. So second, now this is the first reason. Second, rainforest fragments dry out when surrounded by dry, hot pastures. The same thing. Now here, if there is nothing to protect them because they are isolated, they will dry out. يجفون. Okay? And when they dry out, what will happen? Okay, the resulting drought can have devastating or damaging consequences. And he's going to explain here. One 4-year study has shown that death rates will double for smaller trees, but will increase. Now look for the big trees here, 4.5 times for bigger trees. Okay. Now here he is talking about the trees and how they can be easily damaged when they are surrounded by pasture land. Okay. Now, if we go back here you have to be very careful. Okay. Now, what about number 1? How deforestation harms isolated trees?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. Okay, but here we have another problem. Here we have ways in which industry uses big tree products. Now, is this paragraph, is there any focus on the tree products?
No.
No. Excellent. Very good. Now, this is why you
But
need to be very,
it's
very careful.
related.
Yes. So here we're talking about harm. Okay, harming, snapping them in halves, you know, and because they are surrounded by pasture land and they are isolated trees, here it is a key word, okay, and deforestation. The fact that people cut down trees, okay, it harms isolated trees. Why? Because if this is an area, and here we have a lot of trees, okay, so the wind can do nothing to them, okay, they can do nothing. But if they are isolated because of deforestation, because of cutting down, now the trees will, I mean, the wind will accelerate, and nothing can stop their, you know, their speed. Is it clear? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, good. Now here we need to write, this is paragraph number 1. I think G is very easy, as far as I remember. Now this is F and G. Now, particular enemies. Now, if you talk about enemies to larger trees are insects and disease. Now, this is the topic sentence. And the writer is going to provide some examples or to explain across vast areas of Western North America, increasingly mild winters are causing massive outbreak of bark beetle. You understand the beetle? You know the word beetle?
No.
Beetle is an insect. It is an insect. Al-khunfusa. Okay? Now here we have these tiny creatures. What can they do? They can kill entire forests. Okay? Now here, you know the word creature?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And tiny, what does it mean, tiny?
Very small.
Bar.
Very small, or he said minute. Yes. Okay. Now here he said an outbreaks of bark beetle. Now these tiny, okay, these now this is a pronoun reference. These tiny creatures can kill. Well, this is a harm they can do. Okay, as they tunnel their way, see, they dig a tunnel. They tunnel their way through the inside of a tree. Now, in this is one example. In both North America and Europe. Now, this is about fungus. Now, causing diseases. Okay. Now, this is about the diseases. Now, here in this paragraph, we have insects and we have the bark beetle. And he said the fungus. Now, this is a disease. Okay. الأول كما تقول الفنجس كما الطحالب ولا ما ادري
حيات.
ايش؟
طحالب.
الطحالب اسمه
نوع من
بالعربي؟
أنواع الطحالب. One cells animals.
ايه very good, yes. So هم microorganism. Now
الفنجز مش البكتيريا؟
هو زيه زي الفطريات،
بكتيريا
هو من
فطريات.
الفطريات. احسنت، يس، بس هو مرض. يعني الانسان احيانا يقول لك عندك فطريات
فطريات.
شو ايه it's a
عدوى.
kind, yes. Okay, now what do they cause? They cause diseases. Now if we go back to this one, this is very easy, guys. Okay, you don't have to. If you read only the topic sentence and you understand, there is no need for you to go through the details because you will be losing your time. Now here which heading? Now here we have risk, okay, which is a threat, okay, pests اللي هم الbark beetles, and the fungus هذا so the infection, the disease. Okay, now this is number 7. Okay, guys, who did this homework? You can check your answers. Yeah, check your answers and tell me how many correct answers did you have.
I got 2 wrong.
Okay,
ما شاء الله.
that's not bad. That's not bad. 2 wrong is good. Okay. Now we will do this one. Now this one, as I told you before, now this is what you call a short answer question. Short answer question. Now, is this about the details or the main ideas?
Details.
Details.
What do I need to do? Skim or scan?
Skim.
And
Scan, yes. So I need to
Scan,
scan here.
scan.
And these questions, are they at a random order or they follow the same order as the reading passage?
In order.
Yes, so they follow the same order as the reading passage. Okay, ممتاز. Now
تعال
here,
حط لنا.
now here, what do we need to do? We need to scan, as you said. So I need to highlight, you know, the keywords. Well, we're looking for the biggest trees in the world, and it can be found in. What are we looking for here?
على place.
Place. Okay. Now, if I'm looking for a place, now I should scan for what exactly?
Or name.
For a
Country.
name, Ahsan. And I should pay particular attention to what?
Nation to place.
No, okay. We're looking for a place. Okay. And I told you that scanning is a technique. So this is what they are testing, guys. Okay. So they are testing your techniques to locate information quickly. Now, in order to locate information quickly, what should I do? I'm looking for a place. So I need to pay particular attention to what? I have already told you this, guys.
Again, please.
Again, okay. Now here I'm looking for a place.
The capitalization.
Excellent. Yes, so I need to pay attention to capitalization. This will help me find, because here scanning is looking for words that stand out, that are very clear in the passage. Okay, so I know I'm looking for a place, so maybe this place will start, if it's not forest or desert or something like this, so it's name of a place, so I can find a capital letter will help me answer the question. Okay, so it is something that can save your life on the day of the exam, guys. Okay, so this is what you need to do. Oh my God, we're looking for places here. Okay, and as I said before, so I need to rub this. Okay, now what do I? Come on. Well, I don't know what happened. I think I need to. Okay, now big trees. And here we are looking for a place. So we need to understand the statement. Okay, let me go back to the statement. So here, the biggest trees in the, okay, great. Now, the biggest trees in the world can be found in, where can we find the biggest trees in the world? Okay, now, we go back. Now, we know that the first paragraph is not about the biggest trees. Okay, so, yeah, it's not here. So let's look for the information in the second paragraph, this one. Now here, what do we have? Yes, so only they can really big trees. Okay, now this is big. I will highlight it. Okay. And he said the mightiest. Now, and we said that mightiest,
North America.
yes, are native to North America. So they are native to, it means that they belong there. Okay, they belong to this place. So native to here. Oops. Okay. So here I will write they are found in where exactly? Where can you find them? The mightiest,
North
the
America.
biggest? North America. So I will write here North America. North America. Okay, good. Now, because they are in order, so this one, the answer will be underneath this one. Now, some trees in North Australia die because of. Now, what is the most important keyword here for me?
Australia.
North Australia. Why? Because this is very easy to find. I can find North Australia easily. Okay, so I will underline this, and I need to understand the statement. Well, some trees in North Australia die because of, what am I looking for here?
As
Reason.
Reason. I'd like you to think this way. Very good. Here I'm looking for a reason. So they die off because of one reason. And this reason is made worse by gamba grass. Now, gamba grass is a keyword, and I need to read around them. I need to explore the context. Okay, so read.
We have to go for paragraph 3 because we found the answer for the previous in paragraph 2.
Yeah, that's what you need to do because they are in the right order. Okay, so the answer to question number, I don't know, 7 or 8 was here. So the other one, it should be underneath it. We're looking for
We said Australia and
Graph C.
gamba grass.
Yes, Australia. Okay, the gamba grass. Okay. Now, try to scan for the word Australia, guys. Or
Before the gamba
Third line
grass.
from
Same
down.
line.
yeah, this is Northern Australia, and here we have gamba grass.
Gamba grass.
Okay. Now, and we are looking for a reason. Why are they dying, right? Now,
Yes.
across much of northern Australia, gamba grass from Africa is overrunning native savanna. Okay, the grass grows up to 4 meters and burns fiercely. Now, okay, this is, and here the reason creating what? Super hot fires that cause catastrophic mortality. Okay, this is why they are, because here we have the word cause. They cause catastrophic, well, they die because of this. Because of what?
after cause ما أدري شو هالكلمة طويلة.
Well, here,
آخر جملة هي.
لا, okay, now look, we need to read the statement. We need to understand it, guys. And we
عشان
need,
fire.
بس نشوف هون. Now here, some trees in northern Australia, we find them die. What is the reason behind this? And made worse, the reason is made worse by gamba grass.
Gamba
Okay,
grass.
but here we need to look
Grass.
for a reason. Why do they die?
Of fire.
For the dying here, 3 mortality. Now this is what you call هذه catastrophic 3 mortality, هذه dying. Now what is the reason? Read around these words, explore the context, and tell me about one reason why they are dying. And here they cause death. What causes death?
We had fires?
Yes, hot fires. Now this hot fires that cause death. Now this is the reason. It is because of super hot fires. You see here, super hot fires. So here, I think, I don't know how many words do we need to write.
أنا قلت لك أستاذ fire.
Okay, sorry, wallahi, I haven't heard you. I'm sorry. Okay, now here, how many words? No more than 2 words. Okay, no more than.
يعني hot fire.
Yes, okay. So we can write hot fires, or we can write. Now, if we wrote fires, guys, is this correct?
No.
Why no?
عشان يبوننا نكتب كلمتين. No more than
لا لا هو قال no more ما قال no less. No more يعني no more I can write one
يعني
word.
الإجابة الصحيحة.
Yes, very good. So here we have super hot.
صلي العصر.
Super hot. Now these are 2 words. Now, why? Because super hot here. Now this is one word. It's a hyphenated word. Okay. اللي هو compound adjective. Okay. Now, which is more important? Super hot or fires?
Fires.
Fires. This is the content word. The content word is fires, and this is a description. Okay, the adjective. Now, because of, it should be followed by a noun. We need the noun. This is what we call the content word. So we can write fires alone, and it's the correct answer. But if we said super hot fires, well, that's better. Okay, this is more accurate. Okay, but if you don't want to do it, if you want to do without super hot, it's fine, no problem. You can say fires or hot fires, so or fires, both are accepted. Is this clear?
Yes.
Great. All right. Now the Clarks believe. Now here, what do you think I should highlight? Which word I should highlight?
Clarks. Believe.
Yeah, Clarks is easy to find, guys. Okay, so because it starts with a capital letter.
Capitalize.
And I told you, this is what they are testing. You should understand these types of questions. Now, IELTS examiners want to test you guys. So are you someone who can find the information or locate the information quickly? If you can do this, this is why they are giving you these types of questions. Okay, you need to scan. So this is what they are trying to test. Okay, but this is why I told you before that, you know, reading is a vocabulary test. You simply locate the word, you look for the synonyms, and you will find the answer. Okay? Now, in this respect, the IELTS reading is not difficult. If you know how to read, you don't have to read everything. If you understand what skill is being tested, so you will do it the appropriate way. Now, I know that they are trying to test my, scanning skills. Well, the first thing I need to do, I need to locate the answer. So the capital letter can help me locate the answer. So I will find the information, I will explore the context carefully, and I will employ in-depth reading one sentence only, maybe, slowly, to identify paraphrases. Now, the Clarks believe that the release of what do I need? Is it a noun, a verb, adjective?
Noun.
Noun. دائما بعد the preposition you have either a noun or a noun phrase. واحدة منهم. A noun phrase is a group of words. Like, for example, if you say car, well, that's a noun. If you say the car, well, that's a noun phrase. If you say the big car, well, that's a noun phrase. If you say the extremely big car, that's a noun phrase. Now, it could be a noun or a noun phrase. Okay, we can write noun, no problem. The clerks believe that the release of what? Now, release, what does it mean? Setting something
Oh,
free. Yeah, you set something free. Well, that's what you call the release from. And here we have the release from, and here we have the source, the dead trees. Okay, I need to find this. They could lead to the death of more trees. Now, the release of what? Okay, so the questions are in as follow the same order of the passage. So the answer to the last question was here. So I will start reading from here. Okay.
هذا كلارك.
The clerks, yeah, we're looking for the clerks here. Where can you find them? Here we have. These
At the
are
end of paragraph D
Yeah.
and beginning of paragraph E.
yes. So these are the clerks. Okay, and we're looking for the release of something. Okay.
David and Clark.
Yes, die off. Well, this is what we call the
No, I mean paragraph D. Clark is mentioned there.
Well, paragraph D.
At the,
Yeah.
at the end of paragraph
David
D.
and Edward
okay,
Clark
yes.
and Co.
Okay,
Up.
yes.
No, not this one. The one above. The fourth line.
Yes, this
Yes,
one, David.
Yeah.
David
because
and Deborah Clark.
They
Okay.
have shown.
Okay, they have shown tree growth. Now, this is about tree growth. We're looking for tree
Okay.
mortality. Okay, tree
Okay.
mortality gets too warm, gets warmer. Okay, warmer. No, this is no
not.
here. It slows the growth, but here they didn't talk about tree mortality.
Die off.
If you look here,
Change,
so
replace.
progressively die off. This is mortality.
Yes.
And tend not to be replaced. According to the clerks, well, this is the clerk. Now, this might trigger the destabilization of the climate as all the trees
Of
die
the
off.
climate.
No, they die off. Forest would
They will
release.
release
What will they release?
Carbon.
Some of their
Carbon.
carbon,
stored carbon. Yeah.
stored carbon, okay, into the atmosphere, okay, prompting, leading to, or causing a vicious okay, and here we have the shrinkage, yes, and forest shrinkage, okay, they become smaller, and this is an indication that they die. This is why here the death of more trees, okay. Now, what do they release?
Carbon.
Carbon or stored carbon.
Stored carbon.
Because here we are allowed to write two words. Okay. So to be on the safe side, so write stored carbon, two words, no problem. Stored carbon. Carbon or carbons? Carbon?
Carbon.
Yes.
Carbon.
This is carbon. Okay, carbon. Okay, great. Now, strong. What? This is an adjective. What follows the adjective?
Noun.
Noun. Okay, so here we are looking for a noun. Okay, so try to decide, decide on the type of word that you need. So this will help you find the answer easily. Okay, I will. Okay. So the noun here are capable of damaging. Yes, sir.
Start.
Yes, sir.
How we know this adjective مثلا يعني الصفة قبل الاسم أو مثلا ما تيجي الظرف مثل هذا كيف من أقدر أحصل هذا الشيء؟
You know, this is a rule in
ولا
grammar. إيه هذه في القواعد قاعدة يعني دائما يعني الwords they follow a certain order. Okay حصلها ما بقول لك إيه adverb بعدين adverb احفظ هذه وخلاص adverb بعدين adjective بعدين noun هيك بالضبط يكون. اوكي مثلا بعطيك مثال نقدر نقوله she is truly beautifully dressed lady. Okay, now if you look at these words دائما تبع هذه lady هذه noun. اوكي اللي قبله شو لازم يكون adjective واللي قبل الادجكتيف لازم يكون adverb واللي قبل الادفيرب لازم يكون adverb. فانت هذه الجمله هذه اوكي تحفظها خلاص تعرفهم كل ترتيب الكلمات. انا عندي هون adjective. وين الادجكتيف؟ اهو address. شو اللي يجي بعده؟ لازم noun. اذا هون انا نو strong لازم noun وراه. ماذا نقول؟ a strong man. is it clear؟ دائما الادجكتيف لازم يجي وراه noun. هذه قاعده في الانجليزي. هم 4 تحفظهم هذه: noun, adjective, adverb. واضح؟
والادفيرب لازم يجي وراه adjective على طول؟
لا، وراء الادفيرب يجي adverb اخر. بس هذه الحاله القصوى. انا اعطيتك الحاله القصوى، ما راح تجيك هيك ابدا. هلا بعطيك مثال.
طيب شو اللي يجي بعد الادفيرب؟
وعليكم السلام.
اللي يجي بعد الادفيرب adjective.
الساعة 5 تصير.
هلا شوف انا نقولوا a car.
زين خلي اتاكد انه شو اسمه هو.
كار هذه شو؟
كل شيء.
شو كار هذه؟
ناون.
noun. الله
محمد
يرحمه.
العوزنا.
قبل شو بيجي؟
adjective.
ايوه، لازم
A big
اقول
car.
a big car. شوف اللي قبله جاء adjective. هلا مثلا شوف لما نقول مثلا a nice car، اوكي ينفع. هلا الحين شو بحط انا؟ بحط adverb. الادفيرب بتعرفوا بالاي واي في الاخير. انا لو قلت لك a nicely car، هذه تركب ولا ما تركب؟
لا.
ما تركب ابدا، لانه هذا adverb، والادفيرب مستحيل يجي قبل النوم. لازم adjective. هيك نقول a nice car. اوكي نقدر نقول مثلا نقول an extremely an extremely nice car. كلام صح ترتيب الكلمات. هذا noun، اللي قبله adjective، واللي قبل الادجكتيف لازم يكون adverb، ولا جملتي غلط؟ واضح؟
يس.
لا هو مش واضح بالنسبه لي. واضح
لا
ولا مش؟
أنا أول مرة بسمعها.
ما هي
واو،
شو؟
هاي الترتيب.
لا، الترتيب هذا بيساعدكم، لانك شوف لما تدور على الكلام في النص، اوكي، يعني انت راح يعني هم فما 8 ولا 9 البارتس اوف سبيتش اللي هم الناون والفيرب والادجكتيف. انا اقول ادور على ناون، فاي كلمه مش ناون ما راح انتبه لها، ما يهمني فيها اصلا. هذا الشيء يساعدك ترى، مش تكون سرعتك ضارب 8. يعني انا بدور بس على الناون. اي كلمه adjective, adverb, conjunction, article ما راح اشوفهم ابدا. They are not important for me. Okay, I am looking for a noun. Strong what? Okay, they are. ولازم تكون singular ولا plural؟ يعني مفرد ولا جمع؟
جمع.
لا بلورال.
كيف اعرف جمع؟
ار.
اوكي، لازم الكلمه هذه تكون جمع. هذا this is what you call a grammar. القواعد هذا بيساعدوك انك انت ايش؟ يعني لو حصلت ناون لكن هو كان سينجولار، اعرف انه غلط، لانه هذه strong قال لي جمع. They are capable, they can damage tall trees in the Amazon. Where exactly? In the Amazon. راح ادور على in the Amazon اول شيء. So this is easy to locate because it starts with a capital letter. هذا اول شيء راح اعمل. وانا I'm looking for something strong. I don't know what it is. Okay? And this thing which is really strong should be in the plural, and it is able, well, it can damage tall trees. This is what I am looking for. هذا شو يعني understanding the statement. You need to understand the statement. Okay? And then you need to look for, these are the keys. Okay? Like, for example, the plural. I'm looking for a noun. These will help you. Okay? You go back to the text. So it's in the same order. Okay? So we go back to this one. So we're looking at the Amazon. That's number 1. I need to find this word Amazon. Where is it? I think it's somewhere here. Amazon. Where? Where can you find the word Amazon? So I need to wipe this. The Amazon.
Last sentence.
Last sentence. Okay. Yeah. So in the Amazon. Okay. Great. Now I will highlight this one. Okay. We are looking for something which is really strong, and it damages what? Trees. Found the mortality rate of the biggest trees had trouble. Okay, in patches of brain surrounded by. This happens for 2 reasons. You cannot find for something strong here. Okay. First, as they grow taller, but these are the trees. Trees become thicker and less flexible. When winds blow across the surrounding cleared land, there is nothing to stop their acceleration. Okay, now here he talked about what? He said when winds.
عن الويند.
ايه بس كيف عرفنا انهم they are strong؟ ما هو
الويند يكون strong.
no,
Accelerated. They
أيوة,
accelerate.
nothing can stop their acceleration. Well, this means that what do they do when winds? لأنه they هذه it refers back to winds. Okay, when they hit the trees, when winds hit the trees, what will happen? The impact can snap, okay, them in halves. It can break them in halves. Okay, so this is about what? This is about winds. Okay, how did we know that they are strong? Nothing can stop their acceleration. Okay, so this is about the winds. So this is why here we need to write when strong winds. And the word winds, so is okay. Now the grammar is respected. So I know strong. Now well, I didn't find the word strong exactly, but I found a paraphrase. Okay, so accelerate. Okay, good. And then has a work. has هالحين بس نفس الطالب. هالحين عندك verb. شو اللي يجي قبل الverb؟
noun.
الناون طبعا لازم يكون عندك الناون لانه subject. يا اما بيكون noun والا pronoun ضمير والا يكون الجيرند ing والا بيكون full infinitive كما مثلا نقول smoking okay causes death ولا نقول to smoke is something which is not good هذا full infinitive والا يكون noun clause okay what you told me is wrong كله what you told me هذا كله subject فيه 5 حالات
مستر
الحالة الأولى noun.
الكلمات مثلا في اول كلمه احيانا تيجي فيها ing احيانا لا. ليش؟
ايه هذا اللي قلتهم لك الحين. شوف الكلمه هذه انا اعطيتك مثال هون مثلا لما اقول لك انا هذا يتسموا الجيرند اوكي مثلا نقول smoking is bad for you is bad for your health اوكي هون وين الفعل when is the verb
ممكن ايش؟
is
از
هون is هذا الفعل بقى وين الناون السبجكت هذا smoking
smoking.
ايه اذا في الانجليزيه الاسماء ممكن تكون اسم عادي اوكي وممكن يكون ing هلا مثلا السباحه كيف تقول بالانجليزي swimming نقول swimming is my favorite sport هلا انا بقول لك مثلا شوف swimming is better than cycling تعرفوا cycling صح
yes.
الدراجه نقدر هذه نعوضها انا نقول to swim sorry is better than to cycle. Is it clear? فلاحظ هوني هلا نقول لك انا اسالك انا what is better than to cycle شو تكون اجابتك؟ to swim. اوكي؟ now اذا هذا to swim subject بيكون هو فعل صح لكنه it functions as a subject to swim نفس الشيء نقدر نقول swimming. اذا السبجكت هو عنده 5 حالات. زين اول شيء يكون اسم طبعا اسم it could be the name of a person a name of an animal a name of an idea فكرة ولا the name of a person. محمد is a noun boy is a noun مثلا the name of an idea love is a noun the name of an animal the elephant is a noun. okay هذا ما كله يكون الاسماء. number 2 it could be a pronoun I you he she it we they كلهم هذا subjects كلهم كل ما بتحصلهم اعرف انها subject ما تتغير لانه لو تكون object تولي تتغير I تولي me وال possessive adjective يولي my وال possessive pronoun يولي mine اوكي يتغيروا لكن لو حصلتوا I it's a subject اليو نفس الشيء بيتغير you subject you play لكن لما اقول لك this is your this is your car اوكي اوكي هذا من subject 5 حالات. انا بعرف انه هذا verb احتاج subject اذا هوني it might be a noun ممكن يكون اسم ممكن يكون الجيرند ما بعرف انا ممكن يكون هذايا full infinitive ممكن يكون noun clause اوكي لكن هو قال لي no more than 2 words noun clause اقل شيء بيكون 3 اقل شيء 3 ما بيكون اقل من 3 noun clause ما راح يكون noun clause اذا بيروح كلمه noun clause. شوف هذا النوع كلوز هذا يبغى له انا بعطيك مثال مثلا what you told me okay was not true was not true. شوف الكلوز بالانجليزي لازم تحصل subject verb. عندك you هذه subject وعندك told هذا verb. اذا هذا كله مع بعضه close. اوكي. ولازم يكون معه connector رابط. كيما هذا واحد من هذوما الرابط. اوكي. كله مع بعضه هذا what you told me هذا اسمه noun clause. زين كله هذا كله noun clause. لاني لو سالتك سؤال what was not true اجابتك راح تكون what you told me. اوكي. زين النون كلوز هون مستحيل يجي. يعني هون يقولون we need the subject لانه before the verb we need the subject. السبجكت في 5 حالات. زين يا اما يكون noun يعني يكون اسم، يا اما يكون pronoun ضمير، والا يكون gerund ing، والا يكون full infinitive to plus verb، والا يكون noun clause. noun clause مستحيل لانه هو قال لي no more than 2 words مو اكثر عن كلمتين. اذا ممكن يكون gerund، ممكن يكون هذا، وممكن يكون اسم عادي، وممكن مستحيل يكون pronoun
ضمير
لأنه
يعني
الضمير هو البروناون.
ضمير مش كل انواع الضمائر، كل انواع الضمائر ولا اللي هي
لا
اي
لا الضمير لازم يكون subject pronoun. شوف الضمائر هذا لازم يكون subject pronoun وهم 7 بالضبط اللي هم هذول
الاي واليو.
احسنت فيري جود. هذا اي، اذا الاي واليو والهي
الشي والات.
احسنت خلاص تعرفهم. والشي والات والوي والذي. اوكي. هي شي ات ات وي والذي. هذول هم البروناونز بالانجليزي 7. زين. طبعا اليو في 2 اللي هو المفرد والجمع. لما تخاطب واحد بس يو انت، والا تخاطب 2 انتما يو تقول لهم نفس الشيء، او مجموعه تقول لهم يو انت. اوكي. اذا في 3. بالعربيه 5 بالعربيه. يعني انت 1، انت 2، انتما 3، انتم 4 للرجال، انتن للنسوه 5. بالانجليزي ها شوف عاد الافعال ما شاء الله. انت تلعب، انت تلعبين، انتما تلعبان، انتم تلعبون، انتن تلعبن. وبعدين يقول لك شو الانجليزي صعب يا استاذ. لا الانجليزي مو بصعب. الانجليزي لو تقارنه باللغه العربيه ولا يسوى بصل. اوكي. بالانجليزي كلهم يو بلاي خلصنا بس. لا يهمني لا فيها مؤنث ولا مثنى ولا جمع ولا نسوة ولا لا ما عنده دخل. يو بلاي خلصنا كلهم زي بعض. So this is why English is easy. سهلة جدا. اوكي. على كل عشان ما نضيع الواحد. بس هذا عنا we need a noun who has a worse impact on tall trees than smaller ones. هذا الامباكت متاعه it is worse on tall trees مش الصغار. هون فما مقارنة. يعني هون ايش نعمل؟ فما مقارنه لازم الجمله نطلع فيها المقارنه. اوكي. so we go back to the text. وين وقفنا بالضبط؟ تحتها بالضبط قلنا هوني. اوكي. now look here. if we have عندنا هوني one for your study the death rate will double. now look here will double. so this is يعني one way of يعني comparing things. اوكي. will double for smaller trees. شو قال لي هوني؟ قال لي is worse the impact is worse. شو قال بالضبط؟ وقال on tall trees than small ones. اذا عندي small و tall. اوكي. هذا مثلين المقارنه بيناتهم، فمشان هيك لازم تنتبه. قال هوني for bigger trees. اوكي. المقارنه استخدم هوني double هوني 4.5. اوكي. now شو هو اللي بيأثر اكثر؟ شو هو بالضبط؟ قال second rainforest fragments dry out when surrounded by dry hot pastures and the resulting drought can have هو اللي بالضبط what can have a devastating يعني a damaging okay consequences اللي هم هذا on اللي هم هذوما اللي هم big trees than small trees. إذا هون he is talking about the drought. كيف عرفنا إنه drought؟ قال can have devastating consequences. نرجع الفقرة. قال هونيك has a worse impact. إذا consequence or impact وهذه devastating worse bad impact. إذا هوني وقال لي has مو بهاف يعني لازم يكون مفرد. إذا هوني I need to write drought بس drought واللي هو الجفاف. drought يعني الجفاف. Now drought is a noun. okay. and the grammar is respected لأنه قال لي has يعني لازم يكون single. okay. drought has a worse impact on this but in Western Northern America. Now this is the place I need to scan for it. Sorry guys because we run out of time. Let me look for this one. North America. Where can we find it? Here. So in North America. Okay, I will highlight. I will rub this off first. Okay, now what have I done? I have just located the information. So he said North America. Well, North America is here. Mumtaz. But then I need to read the statement carefully. Well, he said in Western North America, a species of. Now we're looking for it. And this species of, I need a noun. Okay, has destroyed many, many trees. Now we're looking for a species that has destroyed these trees. In North America, fungus-causing disease, such as, this is North America, in both North America. Do we have a North America here? Yeah, so here we have another Western North America, sorry, yeah. Okay. Increasingly mild winters are causing massive outbreaks of bark. Now look, mild winters are causing massive outbreak of bark. Now this one, bark beetle.
Bark.
And بعدين شو قال? These tiny creatures can kill. You see, entire whole forest. Now this is why they call this devastating. يعني مدمر. Now here, so these are the species اللي هي bark beetle. Okay? اللي هم الخنفساء. البارك اللي هو لحاف الشجر. لحاف الشجرة تسمى bark. Okay, now here I will write species of bark. Okay, trees. No, bark beetle. Beetle
Teals.
فما شو اسمه bark beetle, yes. So because it has to be singular, لازم يكون مفرد لأنه هون عندي has destroyed. Okay. في جروب انجليزي اسمه the Beatles. ما تعرفوهم؟ They are very famous guys. The Beatles. A group انجليزي بتاع غناء.
No, I don't.
Okay, now you just Google them. They are very famous. I think Len Johnson is one of them. Okay, anyways, but this lesson has come to an end. So I think we are 15 minutes late. Okay, thank you for attending. Guys, do you have any questions?
شكرا أستاذ وسموحة على الإزعاج.
لا ما في ازعاج، اي ازعاج.
إزعاج من العيال في
يا
البيت.
عمي بلاك، يعني كلنا عندنا عيال وخلاص، الله يحفظهم ان شاء الله. باي.
إن شاء الله.
يلا.